house is worth way more than that, don't call them.
Silence is gold.
Yeah, don't call them. But, so that's, hopefully that answers it a little bit better.
Well, that answers that question. There's more. I would like to make a comment, not a
Sure.
long comment about this. That I was under the impression that when we entered this program, it was voluntary.
Yes and no.
Right. And that it's really sort of a trial to see how it goes. So that having been said, the observations that I would make about property values and the cost of your operation, because the borough has expenses, and I understand that. They have payrolls, they have insurance premiums, utilities. I understand that, and I know that your expenses go up, and everybody's expenses go up. So I'm not trying to say that you shouldn't have reasonable access to tap into the value of our properties to run your operation. You absolutely should. There's no question about that. You need that power. That's been the standard for centuries in this country. So, but the point that I would make has to do with, in a nutshell, I don't see a connection of any kind between your operating costs and the value of my house. The value of my house fluctuates in accordance to dynamics that have to do with the real estate market, and there's a lot of factors that change that. But your costs are tied into those things that I mentioned before. Your costs are tied into the cost of living, insurance premiums, utilities. There's absolutely no connection between the two, the value of my house and your operating costs. What affects, one of the things that affects houses' values, which you already touched on, is when people renovate, when people improve curb appeal, paint, new fence, landscape, put in a new bathroom, a new kitchen. That can increase the value of someone's houses and thereby raise the overall real estate value market in this community.
Right.
Considerably. Someone can add $10, $15, $20, $30,000 to the value of their house. As a matter of fact, the people next door that just bought that foreclosure next to me will probably do that. They bought the house for I don't know what. They're going to tear down the garage, and that's going to increase the value of the house, and that's going to raise the valuation of the property tax. But the argument that I would make is that those things are sweat equity. They're labor. And when you attach a tax to labor, it becomes an income tax, essentially. And that's kind of the ground that you're flirting with. And I think it's wrong. I don't think you need to be keeping your eye on the property values market rate. I don't think you need to stay pace with the market rate. You need a valuation, a fair valuation that you can attach a levy to, which is sufficient to pay your expenses. And that levy can be raised if it needs to be, or lowered very easily, just by ordinance. But I looked at this, you pay $10,000 a year to reevaluate our houses, and the thing is, there's no need to do that. You can raise the tax levy just simply by ordinance, just do it. And I think we all expect that our property tax is what we pay dollar-wise is going to go up. Mine has gone up every year. It's gone up every year. I pay more taxes every year. So there's no argument that my taxes will go down, and I'm not expecting them to go down. So that being said, that would be my point, is that it's not a fair tax. It becomes almost like an income tax. It actually puts people in a position where it's not worth fixing their houses up. That could actually drive property taxes down. And I think I've made my points. I think it's a bad program. And I hope that when the time comes that you will have a chance to opt out, all of you, I hope you will give serious consideration to that. I think it would be a better idea. I think, like I said, all you need is a number, and that number can stay the same for a decade. It doesn't matter. You just need a number that you can attach your levy to. What's happening to me now, I feel, is sort of like a little bit like smoke and mirrors. I feel like it's a shell game. It's like, where's my tax rate hike gonna be now? Oh, it's here, it's under my evaluation, you know, it becomes like a shell game. I think that it's bad business. I think it actually probably creates problems in terms of the appearance that the council has with the public, and I think I've said enough.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Does anyone else want to be heard?
Is there somebody else besides me?
No, go ahead.
Okay, I am here once again to talk a little bit about the Memorial Park and the outfall pipe that's there. What I have for you, I'm going to give everyone a copy, is we've been contracting with a lab to get the results of the outfall pipe in terms of the pollution. So I have the results for the past year, and I'd just like to give everyone a copy of that.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm also going to give, Mayor Brown, I'm going to give this to you. These are copies of all
Okay, thank you.
reports. Do you want me to
These
stand
are
here?
from
These are
your
from.
private contractor?
Yes, and you can see their,
Okay. Because the county does test their fallout pipe, and those are the results that that's the information that they do give us, so.
okay, so if you have those, if you could, send
Yeah, I
them
would
to
have to
me.
speak to the DPW, and, yeah,
Okay.
he's got the ones that they've been testing, so.
Okay, all right, yeah, we were not aware that you were testing this summer,
Well,
but,
we're not, I mean, it's
Or
the
that-
county, it's their fallout pipe, they're responsible for it.
okay,
So-
because I know for a long time they were not doing the testing.
Yeah, they weren't testing the beach, they've been always testing the fallout pipes,
Mhm.
but then they stopped testing the beach at one point, and then I think now they actually started retesting the beach water, so.
Okay, so if, these are the water quality results that we got, and you can see on here that, for out of the 17 times that they tested the water, of that, there was only, there were 14 water samples that all tested as unsafe for bathing purposes by the standards that are posted by the, Department of Public Health. So going back to March 21st of this past year, there was a big article in the paper, and Neptune City had identified a potential source of contamination, and 2 of the sewer pipes were picked and were repaired. And at that point in time, we were hopeful that that was going to solve the problem, but apparently it hasn't, because you can see while there were a few instances where the accounts were lower than 100 parts per 100, that for the most part the readings were way sky high. And in fact, as of 10/31, they were too numerous to count, and the past reading on 11/15 was 6,600, and the limit is 104. So the numbers are sky high again. So I know, Mayor Brown, at that point in time, when the initial work was done with the DOT, you had said that it was a pleasure to work with the DEP, the New Jersey DOT, and Monmouth County to try to preserve our natural resource. This is proof of how you can make great progress on such an important project when we all have the same goal.
Correct.
So, being that the pipe is still obviously, there's, most recently Cliff, who owns the marina, has actually seen human stuff coming out of that pipe, okay? And you see what appears to be disintegrated toilet paper. So somewhere along the line, something is going wrong. And you guys have done such a great job with making that beach really accessible and improving it so that people can use that beach. And it seems a shame that we have to continually deal with the fact that the beach is closed.
I
And
agree.
people, as you know, the people have been in that water. We've seen them swimming, we've seen the kids in that water, because people don't know why that beach is closed. they can see it's no swimming, but they might think it's no swimming because there's no lifeguard, not because there's contamination going on. So I'm here again to find out what, with the year coming up, what kind of priority can you put on trying to get something going in terms of trying to clear up this contamination problem?
Well, but thanks for coming, and thanks for everything you guys do for, with the Shark River Cleanup Coalition. And as you know, we've worked diligently with the DOT, the DEP, and, because it was always a battle, like whose responsibility it was. We really were able to come together. We've videoed every single storm line in Neptune City, and we did. We went on a record saying that we did find some clear breaks in some of the sewer lines, laterals, which it wasn't worth a battle with the DOT on who broke the lines, because they were actually paying for the repair, and they were paying for the video. But I will definitely reach out to them tomorrow and show them these results and see what their results are. I have not heard from them.
Okay.
So I will reach out to them with these results and see what they have to say, because I do know that we did video every single storm drain in Neptune City. We filled them, we used fire trucks, we filled them, we snaked them, we dyed them, and we believe we had fixed any problems in Neptune City. Now, I'm not saying that there may not be something that we missed, but there could be something coming that's not from Neptune City.
Is it possible there's an illegal hookup somewhere?
Well, that's what we know. We took care of that. At that time, there was no illegal hookups. We've actually gone and tested resident to resident with dye in their homes, and then we would start in storm drains. There's a whole process they go through, and put dye in the sewer and see if it comes out in the fallout pipe. And we've had none, and with the DOT and the DEP, we thought we rectified the issues in Neptune City. Now, there may be a further lying problem, but I will reach out to them and we'll move forward to see if we can. Maybe it's not coming from Neptune City.
Well, that would be my next point.
Because I know I was there many mornings meeting with them, and a part of that whole process, because I didn't want it to stop, because what has happened, as you know, in the past, they get started on a project and then it would just kind of fade away, and then you wouldn't see them again for 3 to 6 months. And but no, they were definitely helpful, and we know we rectified issues in Neptune City, but I'll reach out to them and see if we can look a little bit further.
Now, I know that they're dredging Alberta Lake, and I believe there's a pipe that's supposed to go now into Musquatch Cove.
Correct.
Okay, has that taken place yet? Do you know?
There is a pipe that goes to Musquatch Cove. I know, and they are currently dredging Alberta Lake. There's, I think, 2 pipes that come out of Alberta Lake. One goes east, one goes towards Musquatch Cove.
I thought all of it now was going to be diverted into Musquatch Cove instead of coming down. Because from what I understand, part of the pipe from Alberta Lake comes down and out to that outfall pipe. That exists?
Some of it does, and there's also some that goes all the way to Sylvan Lake. Is it Sylvan Lake, I think,
in Bradley Beach.
In Bradley Beach. Yes, that's some of the outfall pipe goes there too. So it does spread out, but like I said, they're in the process right now of dredging Alberta Lake.
Okay.
So I know they've taken quite a bit of sediment out of there.
But you're saying that some of the whatever is coming out of Alberta Lake will continue to come in down.
I'm not positive unless they haven't actually shared with me the exact plan that they're doing. Right now, it's just they're dredging Alberta Lake.
Do you know how long that's going to take?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
I know it's a pretty good sized job. There's a lot more sediment in there than they thought. So.
Mm-hmm. Well, hopefully, somewhere along the lines, you're on the Board of Health Committee now. Maybe you can tweak some people's and grab their ear and try to get things going, but, we've got a really beautiful, gem over there, and,
Yeah, we were fortunate, when they were done here, they moved right over to Belmar. And they solved some problems that Belmar was having, and very similar as Neptune City.
right.
So, I mean, they're willing to participate and get on board, but I will call them.
Good, yeah, you can share those results with them and let them know that,
Absolutely.
we're here.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else wish to be heard?
Kelly Strassis, 3 Overbrook Place. Just one more thing about the salary guide. I'm just curious about you can't say who the positions, like, when my husband worked for the city of Linden, his job, everything about his pay, everything was on the computer. If this is just a general, this is not raises, this is just a salary guide.
Salary guy, correct.
Why can't I know who the borough clerk is, the deputy clerk, the tax collector, or whoever that is?
You can ask,
Oh, I did.
but we can't discuss salaries and positions. in
Or
public
not,
meeting.
I did, I asked who was the tax collector or who was the deputy tax collector. And then I guess who would be the assistant to the finance officer.
Okay. So what are you asking right now?
First, I guess, who's the assistant to the finance officer, who's that intended to be, who do you want that to be?
I don't know, that's gonna be up to the finance committee.
So it's not done yet?
It's not done yet, as we explained earlier, it's in there, we may not fill it. But if we don't have it if it's not in the salary guide ordinance, you can't add it. You can't add it later.
Without amending it.
Without amending it, so.
So you put it in now.
That's what it's
so
there
in case
for.
you need it.
Correct.
Okay.
And they're just guides, they're from here to here, even like some of them are hourly, they're just guides.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else? Question or comment?
Comment. Jen Coombs, Neptune City, New Jersey. Just to add to you.
You're
Yeah,
supposed to direct
okay.
questions to me, not to the.
Yeah. You can ask for all the salary and the title stuff through Oprah requests.
Yes, you can. Everything is operable.
Right.
It's all public information.
Well, right, that's what I thought, that's why.
You
I'm
can go
trying
on
to
the
clarify
website,
that.
it's just, due to legal reasons, we can't discuss employees' salaries directly in a public meeting. They'd have to be noticed, they'd have to be, Rice noticed that they were their salary and their name and everything is going to be discussed.
Right, yeah, but since this was arranged, that's why I was thinking it wasn't sort of direct. It's not really direct, it's just a range, it's not their
Correct.
salary, so.
Exactly.
That's why I thought I had that right to ask that question.
Yep, okay. Thank you. Anyone else wish to be heard? Seeing none, I need a motion to adjourn,
So offered.
offered by Mr. Wardell, seconded by Mr. Zajac. All in favor? Aye. We are adjourned. We're not singing to you. Good. Thank you for coming.